All right, great stuff in the first round of the WWE Monday Night Raw King of the Ring tournament, leading to the Tuesday edition of the King of the Ring, which is going to be a WWE Network exclusive. In the second round, we are seeing the ultimate underdog Neville going up against Sheamus. These two guys have a little bit of a history. Sheamus came out and attacked Neville on an edition of Monday Night Raw, which led to Neville challenging Sheamus to a SmackDown match. At this point, Neville went in there against Sheamus and was able to hold his own. This match ended up being one of the weakest disqualification finishes of all time, with basically Sheamus getting a little bit upset that he couldn't beat Neville inside of the ring. Neville at one point looked like he was going to hit the red arrow, had to rebalance himself on top of the top rope at that point. Sheamus was able to reach up, grab the ropes, which nudge-shotted Neville down into the ring, and then the fight spilled to the outside. And when Sheamus picked up Neville and sort of slammed him down on the announce table, that was the cause for disqualification. I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that that move happens every edition of Monday Night Raw, but damn near we see somebody take the action on top of the announce table, and it's almost like, when you're playing, youth sports, when you're playing out, like if you're playing Little League, or not Little League, if you're playing, street ball on your streets, and you hit the ball and it hits the mailbox, and the ball makes a ricochet and it goes off into foul territory, the ball's still in play because you have to use what's in your surroundings, and the announce table is out there at ringside. And if you get thrown into it, it's almost like when you get thrown into the ring steps outside of the ring. You can't pick the ring steps up and hit somebody with them, but I mean, if you Irish whip somebody outside of the ropes and they land into the ring steps, it's never been a disqualification. So that was just a weak way out of a SmackDown match that I don't think that they thought anybody cared about and nobody would bring up again. But that is going to be your semifinals match, leading yourselves into the finals. I would not be surprised. We all know that Sheamus caused the outside interference, which led to Bad News Barrett beating Dolph Ziggler. When I looked at this tournament bracket, I honestly thought that this was going to be a way of getting a rematch of Sheamus versus Ziggler sooner than later. With the heat that it drew, with the Kiss My Ass match at Extreme Rules, I thought that's where they were going, and that's not where they were going, so I would not be surprised. We saw that Ziggler and his disqualification is what helped Sheamus beat Dean Ambrose in their match of the first round, so I would not be surprised if Ziggler pops up and it plays a smarter role in this match. We've seen that Ziggler stood up for Neville during that SmackDown match that we were talking about earlier, so we do know that they have some sort of a connection. And it was Ziggler teaming up with Neville, going up against, I believe it was Luke Harper and Sheamus on the next week edition of SmackDown. So I would not be surprised if that leads Neville to get the win over Sheamus, with that promoting him into the main event of the King of the Ring finals, where he would go up against Bad News Barrett. That's honestly my thought, what's going to go down in this match.